And this is the first time I'm using this board, so I don't really to know what's going on here. But I can tell you one thing. You see this in AdMaths, this topic out. This topic out. Functions in this sense of it out. So if you're practicing a lot of these questions, you don't waste your time because you waste your time because math's done. So forget them questions. So in 2017, the next question was given that the remainder, they give you a function, f of x is equal to x cubed minus, what is that boy? Minus x squared minus ax plus b. And they said when you have this and you divide by x plus 1, so this is the divisor. When we divide it by that, the remainder was 6. The remainder was 6. This is for AdMaths, not CSEC Maths, not SE Maths, AdMaths. So you divided by this and the remainder is 6. And that x minus 2 is a factor. And the next part is x minus 2 is a factor. And obviously now this is the first time I'm using this board really. So I could use the highlighter part. Let me make the highlighter a little bigger. That A and that B. that A and that B. Yeah, boy. That A and that B, that's what you're trying to find. And these are the two conditions. Now, there's a popular style of question. You could even get this in pure maths. So if you're any pure maths people here, take in this. If you're not seeing it clearly, if you're not seeing it clearly, you need to raise the setting on YouTube, right? So this, when you divide it by this, you get a remainder of 6. And when you divide by this, you get no remainder because it is a factor. So we're going to use the remainder term. You can see the remainder term in both cases. All right, how we do this way? How this one is work? Like that? Is it that's how it work? No, that's not how it work. They had to give me a chance in this, right? Because could be that I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to move it in a me no, maybe this one. Forget this, yes. Earlier we want to divide by this, get a remainder. Divide by this, we didn't get a remainder. So you want to set up that settings. So I would be like x plus 1. So using the let's call the term again, the remainder term. The remainder term. If x plus 1 leaves a remainder equal to 6, then f of -1 is equal to 6. So you want to substitute the root involved here. You want to equate that to 0, substitute that, and in the game. You want to the right, and I want to test it out. I can test it out at my own time. I just want to continue the lesson. So you're going to have -1 cubed minus -1 squared minus a by -1 plus b. That's b and not 6. So that's the first setting, and that equal to 6. We try to generate an equation and then solve it simultaneously. So this is -3. This is -1. This is, didn't I do this in class last night? This is -4. This plus a plus b is equal to 6. And Well, the reason this is negative is because it's negative cube. Everybody go to that? Negative 1 cube, negative 3. Boom. This feeling so weird using this. For years I've been using my iPad. But it actually, you see this again, a Bellian thing. I need to teach walking about the place now, so like I help. Anyhow, so this is going to be a plus b is equal to 10. This is the first equation. This is equation 1. I'm going to generate the next equation now. The next equation, we're using this same, the f of x. F of x is x cubed minus x squared minus ax plus b. So the idea now, which one? X minus 2. If x minus 2 is a factor, if x minus 2 is a factor, then f of 2 should be equal to 0. So we're going to get 2 cubed minus 2 squared minus 2a plus b is equal to 0. 8 minus 4 minus 2a plus b is equal to 0. So I'm getting negative 2a plus b is equal to negative 4. Why is in the chat if all you understand? So that's equation 1 and that's equation 2. That making sense? Negative 1 cube. Oh, shucks. Why did I put that? So this is negative 2, 8. Yeah, that's just to see if I check test. That's just to see if I watching now. Right? That's just to see if I checking. Excuse me. Yeah, so this will always come in your maths and add maths exam. I circling and expecting I could just tap undo to get rid of it from the thing. Anyhow, negative 1. Yeah, my bad. So we have a plus b is equal to 8. I'll check over everything here because this is a new interface for me and I just live in life large out here. Negative 2a. Everything looking straight? Yeah, I find that looking good. So the idea with this remainder theorem thing, and most people probably understand this already. These remainder theorem questions, you just want to form 2 equations and solve. And then you solve this equation simultaneously. You could use a calculator and also solve simultaneously. I had to practice bringing up the calculator on the screen so I could use it on the screen. But for the while, let's just solve it simultaneously with the elimination method or something. So we have a plus b is equal to 8, and we have minus 2a plus b is equal to negative 4. The best thing to do in a case like this is to subtract the 2 equations because you get rid of the b really fast. Or you can do a little substitution too. So if we subtract the 2 equations, we'll get a minus negative 2a. So this will kind of turn into plus and you'll end up with 3a. The b's will go bye-bye. This one will get 12. A is equal to 4. And therefore, b is also equal to 4. This is 2017. I feel like I do this question 100 times in my life already because I always remember when you reach in the end, a is equal to 4 and b is equal to 4. Both of them was equal to the 2 same thing, and people was a little hot-headed in the exam because of that. So this is an easy topic. Everybody understand this. Make sure you can do that for your exam. Let's go on to the next question in 2017. It's 2017 past paper I'm doing right now. So the next question, let's see if I could do a little trick here. Once again, I do not know what I am doing here. So I am just learning on the go. That's the kind of person I am. So, right, you had the equation. Praise the Lord, it come out, but because it's white, it fades out me. So I probably need to bring one of my lights here to have thing. Okay, so you had this setup, x Use logarithms to reduce the equation to the linear form. Okay, there's the equation here. P is equal to AX. P is P. The equation is P. Oh my gosh. Am I taking right on this? Oh. The equation is P is equal to AX negative K. And they'll say the first thing is to use logs to reduce it to the linear form. Easy man thing. So if I take logs, you get log of P is equal to log of AX minus K. Now I want you to treat this as a product. The A is by itself and the X to the power of negative K is by itself as well. So you're treating it as a product. Sit down, draw right there, press draw. And you must get annoyed. Oh, this draw? No. I don't want to use the draw in what is called that? Sheets or I want to be able to use my draw and erase off things if I have to. I want to use the board interface, not the computer interface. So when you have products like this, you could think of this as one product. This could separate. The legend says that this is actually log of A plus log of X to the negative K. Why isn't it chat if you understand that, if you have that lock for the exam already? And then the sweetener, the best spot, one of the best rules with logs, what makes logs is that you can drop exponents down before like that, down before it. Let me show you. I think they like to call this the power law for you. There you go. And because you have a plus bouncing up a minus, we could organize that. And just put minus there. That looking like an equal sign. Minus, right? Why is in the chat if you understand that and if everybody coolly? So you get 1 mark for that. That is not a big hard thing according to them. According to them, that easy thing. Using a suitable scale, plot the line of best fit. Oh, we had to draw a graph. That's going to be back now on the graph page provided. Let's see what's going on here. Hence, estimate the constant A and K. Well, I can done tell you what you're going to do. You're going to plot this graph. Find the gradient of the graph. Are you with me? Plot the graph. Find the gradient of the graph. My camera will hunting too. Plot the graph. Find the gradient of the graph. Find the y-intercept. And this would be the y-intercept. And this would be the gradient because I'm going to rearrange it. Log P is equal to negative K log X plus log A. This is actually in the form y is equal to mx plus c. Y'all understand where this question taking you? Yeah, Jared, bless him. Y'all understand where this question taking you? So when you plot your graph and you find the gradient of the graph, you could use that knowledge to find m and c, equate it and solve. Let me see if I had I don't know how to do this table there. If I had the skill to, like pull this off right now. You see this graph tiny boy. I don't like it. All right, so let me snap that. If all you don't like graphs, imagine me trying to draw graphs on YouTube. I must really like to teach maths. I must really like to teach maths. To be going through all this nightmare to draw a graph. So I teach the graph thing here. And boom, I teach the graph thing. And I could get my points from up here. All right, we're making it work. There's somewhere there that we're making it work. And where the points? Where the points them? You can see it, but I can see it. So you're plotting. Oh, shucks. You know what they do? They give we X and P. But we need, what is it to plot? A line. We need the linear form. That's where the scale come out in this. So it's a good thing I decided to do the question. Because you have X. Let's see now X. Yeah, let's see now X. You have X. You have P. We had 1.58. But that's not what we want. The logarithmic thing was it was log P is equal to negative K log X plus log A. And this is in the form Y is equal to MX plus C. I'll look at gauge and tell me which one is Y and which one is X. So I need log P for Y. You see that? And then I need log of X for X. So the fact that they give me X and P, I still need to go and find log of X, log of P. I hope you all understand where I'm coming from. Where am I? So they gave me X 1.58, 2.51, 3.98, 6.30, and 10. So now I need to come and find log of X. That's why I write here. Log of X. See that? Not too good. So what I'm going to find here is log of X. So somebody could tell me the values for log of X. Given those values on the calculator there. If we had log of 1.58, basically. Now I would use values. See how they give you 3 significant figures here, so you should at least use 3 significant figures. So it'll be like 0.198, the log of 2.51. This I would have been done with this already if I was using my iPad. Type out them values in the chat now. 0.399, the log of 3.98. And I need a screen here with the chat, so I don't need to always be looking. So I just set up my screen here with the chat. 0.599, which is really 6. You plotting that a graph going to be impossible. So you go then just see that 0.6. The log of 6.3. Just double check them numbers for me earlier. Again, 0.8, 0.799. They purposely did it like this, and this one just gonna be 1, right? Log of 10 is 1. So that I can get solid answers. Yeah, the live win and save. So these are the X values, but they're useless for us if we want a linear graph. We want a linear graph. I could have a projector on that wall and I could settle it up across there. However, you want a linear graph, so we need log X. Same thing with P. P was some kind of thing. 1 to 1.5. I'll get the values of P while I'm writing it out now, so I can just watch it in the chat. 110, the log of P. 10, 106.2, 99.1. Okay, struggling. 99.1 and 93.8. I get a kind of parallax error when I write in this, so I'm kind of messing it up. By the way, this is 2017, so you can always follow along. and do out the question itself. Is it 2017? Yes, 2017. So you find the log of those values, and someone is telling me, Dr. Faith, give me the right answer there. I doesn't trust all this sometime. It's 2.8 or 2.08 or 2.09. Let's see who really gave me the right answer. The log of 121.5, 2.08 is good. So Dr. Faith, I trust you. 2.08, then 2.04, then 2.02, then they say 2. Basically 2. You can just write 2 because I know no space. And then 1.97, 1.97, 1.97. So this is the graph we plotted. If I was on my computer, I would have just set up the graph on a program and like plot. You're going to plot this point against that point. So your graph plotting skills got to be kind of good here. The graph will be kind of cut. The X will be good. X will be like you might put 1. Let me get a different color. Let me get black for the pen. You might put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nah, you wouldn't do that. X 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you do it like that, meaning this spot here. Y'all understand what I'm saying? 0. Oh gosh, 0, 1, 0, 0.1, 0.1, 0.2. You have the space to draw out all of that. That. Pressure in the dance, boy. You have the space to draw out all of that. You reach up to 1. That's your X coordinates, and you plot your Y coordinates going up here. You should get a line that will look like. Let me see if I could judge how this line is going to look like. Line might look something like this. You'll use the gradient. You'll find the gradient of the line, and the gradient of the line must be equal to negative k. Gradient of the line must be equal to negative k. I'm just setting back my colors. Hey, my board freeze with this note thing. Wow. You know about all your by tired. All right. Better help me. Pen, color, white, highlighter, color, white, yellow. Something so. Yeah, this is the gradient. So you equate that to the gradient. You equate that to the gradient, and you equate this to the y-intercept. Wherever it cut here, that's a y-intercept. You equate it, and you could take it from there. So you might get, let me just do an example. You might get log of a is equal to, I don't know, 3 or something, and you put a is equal to the log inverse of 3. Or whatever you get, a is equal to the log, or 10 to the power of 3, or whatever. If log a is equal to 3, just rearrange it into exponential form. Why is in the chat if you understand what I'm saying here? Sorry, I can't do the last bit because I can't draw the graph in this setting. I'll be back most likely this evening or tomorrow for a whole long session. Most likely back on my tab on my iPad, so I'll be able to do it fast. I'll practice using this a little more. So you use that to estimate the values of A and K. Let's go on to something a little more harder and not graph. We have 2x squared plus 6x plus 7 is equal to 0. And we need to calculate the value of 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta. Alpha and beta were the roots. That's what they said. Well, this is something you all should have done quick. I have a formula book with all the formulas for maths. If you want, you could message the student hub and you could buy it. I think it's 100. All the formula, all the definitions for maths. My class is supposed to have it. So if you have the roots, if we say that alpha and beta is the roots, then therefore it should have a setup like this. Right? This is provided that A was a constant. I'm just giving you a little backdrop into this. So you'll get x squared. You'll get minus 2 alpha beta x. And you'll get plus alpha beta. When you expand this, this is provided that A is 1. When you expand this, you get this. That's where we get minus the this should be plus. Minus 2 alpha plus beta. Why is that so? X by x is x squared. X by beta, negative beta x. Negative alpha by x, negative alpha x. So this shouldn't be 2. This should be 2. I think I should expand it out just because I make that mistake in the lesson. Sorry guys. So you have x squared, you have minus alpha x minus beta x and positive alpha beta. When you simplify that, you get minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta. So this is where we get the sum. This is where we get the sum and the product thing from, where they say the B part, the B over A is minus the sum and the C part is the product. Simply if you expand from this binomial form, from this factorized form, you get this. Everybody good with that? Why isn't the chat if you're good with that? So, based off of that piece of knowledge there, let me make this a little smaller so it's not taking up so much on my screen. We can be like alpha plus beta is equal to negative B. Well, you throw it over A if you need to get rid of the A, right? And alpha beta, the product of the roots, is equal to C over A. And in this case, B was 6 and C was 7. So alpha, I'm going to try to move something again one more time. Well, just be a little patient with me. Move the selected area to the desired position. Then move it. How do we move it? Is it snap or is it cut? Which one are you feeling, Mike? Which one are you feeling? This one maybe? Oh God, it was that one all the time. Just rest it down. Thank the Lord. So this was equal to negative B over negative 6. B was 6. 6 and 7, right? 6 over 2. And this one is equal to 7 over 2. Why isn't it chat if you understand that? So once you have that, what is we really trying to find? We're trying to calculate the value. They wanted to calculate the value of 1 on alpha plus 1 on beta. But we only know what alpha plus beta is and what alpha times beta is. So how are we going to do that? Anybody have any ideas? The legend says that when they give you these kind of setup, you want to... Was it -6? No, it was positive. +6. Yeah, +6. To the question, +6. When they give you these kind of things, you want to play with it a little bit. In pure maths, they give you a little more to play with. It's basically algebra you're doing here. So 1 on alpha plus beta, you get the LCM is alpha beta, and then it'd be like alpha into this. Alpha could go into that beta times. So you get beta on top here, and beta could go into this alpha times. You know, multiply by the 1, right? So LCM factorization thing. Yep, I seen you all doing any comments there. So this is really equal to the sum divided by the product. And if we have the sum divided by the product, we already know what the sum is. Sum, and we already know what the product is. We just need to have a little fun there. So sum divided by product end up with -6/7, which I saw in the chat earlier on. Why is in the chat, if you understand that? Next part of the question was, there are a few ways to do this question. I'll do it in one of the more popular ways. Determine the range of values. I'll write it out. That part was nice. Determine the range of values 2x plus 3 all over x plus 1 greater than or equal to 0. I want you to determine the range of values for this. How are we doing now, boy? A few ways well to do it. I think the way that students will use the most is multiply by the square of the denominator. Now, the reason we want to say we multiply by the square of the denominator is in case there was some kind of negative element in the denominator, we don't eradicate it. We don't mess up with inequality sign. If you multiply by the square of the denominator, so if we multiply everything by x, if we multiply everything by x plus 1 to be squared, I hope you can see that you'll get x plus 1 by 2x plus 3. When you reach this stage, you don't want to square out everything and FOIL out everything just to make back a quadratic and factorize it and come back there. You're good right there. We're good right there. So when you reach this stage, you should be thinking this is forming a quadratic inequality. So it's good to just come and just draw a graph here, and you know the graph will look like this. Why would the graph look like this? Because it's a maximum. X by 2x is 2x squared. So this quadratic is, it forms a minimum. Wow, I'm totally out of it today, man. It forms a minimum. Just saying what I want. It forms a minimum. It forms a minimum because A is positive. A is positive. The coefficient of x squared is positive, and when the coefficient of x squared is positive, quadratics form a minimum. Well done. So because it forms a minimum, the graph will look like that. And we also know where the roots in this graph exist. So the roots, if the function is equal to 0, will exist where x is equal to -1, equating to 0 now. And where x is equal to -3 and 2. Which one is the bigger one? Which one to put on which side? Well, this is more negative. This is -1.5. This is -1. So I'm going to put this here, -3/2. And I'm going to put this there, -1. Agreed? Some teachers losing it this year. And need to x. So once you have the two roots and you write it in like that, You just need to solve this in how much marks again? You for this, by the way? 4 marks. Determine the range of values of x. 4 marks for this, people. This is the fastest 4 marks you can get in an ad maths paper. Wow. I'm really impressed with the allocation of marks there. I'll make sure to rank up the marks in this style of question, right? These quadratic inequalities is food for ad maths. This brings a little more tough in pure maths. So you put your roots, and now you want this where you want this to occur where the function is more than or equal to 0. This function is more than or equal to 0 on this side of things. So as we go this way, it's more than or equal to 0 from that spot. And as we go this way, it's also more than or equal to 0. 2 separate locations. So the solution for this, and they did say what they say, the range of values. So the range of values is when x is less than or equal to -3 on 2, we expect to get answers more than 0. Or when x is more than or equal to -1, we also expect to get answers. We expect to get answers that are, yeah, I can't believe they're getting 4 marks for this. We expect to get answers that are more than or equal to 0. So let's see what the next question is about. The next question is one star writing by Lord Father. I'll take in the next question. I'm doing 2017 past paper for those who want to follow. 2017 past paper, they say an accountant was offered a 5-year contract. With an annual increase, the accountant earned a salary of, in the 3rd year, the accountant earned one big number there, 53,982.80. But in the 5th year, the accountant earned 60,000, doing well. So there's an annual increase. So every year it's increasing up by a little bit. What type of series is that? Now you have to follow the same inequality that they use. Somebody asking a question about the previous one. So if they use more than or equal to, you have to stay with your more than or equal to. It means that this works. So you have to keep your or equal to there. Don't be mad out here and lose that mark. Silly. So 598.89. And I guess they want to know if the increase follows. Oh no. GP is a geometric increase. If the increase follows a GP, 598.89. An accountant is offered a 5-year contract with an annual increase. The accountant earned this salary in the 3rd year, this salary in the 5th year. If the increase follows a geometric, calculate the amount paid in the 1st year. So we have to calculate A, or the first term, the amount paid in the 1st year. They told you geometric series, but it was looking like an AP year. And that's the first thing you have to calculate. Anybody know how to calculate that? Anybody have any ideas how you'll calculate that? What's the formula you use in GP for the nth term? Look at your formula sheet. For GP, what's the formula you use for the nth term? So we're going to use that formula and line up an equation. Then use the next formula and line up a next equation. AR to the n minus 1 is good. AR to the n minus 1 is good. So the nth term is always equal to the first term by r to the n minus 1. The r here is the common ratio between the terms. So if we deal with the 3rd term, and they told us what the 3rd term is, we can say for the 3rd term, what I want to write by, I want to write the value 53,982.80 is equal to A, which we don't know, r, which we also don't know, and that'll be squared. Why is it squared? 3 minus 1 is 2. And for the fifth term, the 60k must be equal to a, which we don't know, r to the power of 4. Why is in the chat if you agree with that? So you set up two equations. Also not writing straight. My writing have a little dip in it. It take me a little while to become the master of this board. But once I organize myself, then ready for me out there. But yeah, let me keep going. I'll agree to this. Right? We form two equations. Looking a little problematic how we going and get we things, but it's real simple. It's right there. They ask us for the amount paid in the first year, and the next question is the total salary earned at the end of the contract. I guess that is it's a 5-year contract. So you want the sum SN. So what's the sum of a GP? I could write the formula for the sum of a GP there. But this one is simple. We have two equations. We have equation 1 and we have equation 2. And if I divide these two equations, I would immediately eradicate one of the variables. See that? If I divide the two equations, equation 1 divided by equation 2, A will go, and I'll end up with a r squared or something. Let me put equation 2 divided by equation 1. So I'm going to put, stay with me, I'm going to put equation 2 divided by equation 1, and I should end up with that 60598.89 over, why they put these weird numbers for, boy? 82.80 is equal to, remember it's equation 2 divided by equation 1, r squared. So I've seen some weird things for this sum there. Let me make sure I have an equation for equations for these things down anyway in the formula sheet. And what you're going to get with this? When you divide this, what you get? Why such a weird number? 598.89 divided by 53982.80. You get something. And then you'll be like, okay, I'm going to try the copy thing again. This one, move it so. Move it like this. Oh, shucks, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Copy it. That is also not what I wanted to do. Oh yeah, that is exactly what I wanted to do. Set it in. I find it was slow, but we could work with that. So it's equal to the square root of this. So we can just find the square root of that to begin with. Yeah, 1.12 was good. But I'm just going to find the square root of the whole thing. I get 1.06. 1.06 is good. So R is approximately equal to 1.06. This is the exact value of R. Or 1.06 will work. Now making sense? Everybody get that? And once you get R, you could get A. Because you could just substitute for R, or you could substitute for R squared. You don't even need to go and get R. This part here wasn't needed. You could substitute for R squared in this equation, meaning just replace it with the numbers that you have there. I wonder if I understand what I'm saying. So the equation was 53982.80 80. Was it r squared? What did I do? R squared divided by r for here. So we found out for r squared here is equal to a by r squared. I'm doing this so that I will just keep the most accurate answer in 598.89 all over 53982.80. And swing him up and solve for a. What you getting for a? So a would be equal to that squared divided by the 60,000 number squared. Calculator. So 53,982.80 squared divided by 6598.89. First salary, $48,089 to the nearest dollar. Lovely. You all feel you can handle a question like this in the exam? Well, think about this question. You feel you can handle a question like this in the exam? So that's the amount paid in the first year. What is the SN? What is your SN? The total salary earned at the end of the contract. So we're trying to find the sum of a GP. What's the formula for sum of a GP? What are you feeling? What is the formula for sum of a GP? Not sum to infinity here. Not sum to infinity. Just the sum of a GP. Watch how fast them retract. Oh gosh, some people here talking about G exams. This is the Caribbean, not G exams. This is just the Caribbean. Sum of a GP where R is positive. I'm not seeing the correct thing yet. Some people bring sum to infinity. The sum of a GP where R is positive. Right. I've seen it now. R to the power of n minus 1 over, right. So A R to the power of n minus 1 over n minus 1. R minus 1. Over R minus 1. A over R minus 1 by R. Yeah. So work it out and tell me how it is. A by R to the power of n minus 1 over A by R to the power of n minus 1 by, yeah. So you want to substitute your values that you have for A and for R. So R did kind of come in handy here finding out R. And we found out what A is. Somebody with a calculator just handle this scene for me. What's the total among this person going to walk away with? Why did I do this part to find out for A? I mean, you could find out for R. If you didn't understand what happened there, you can't get that. Something wrong if you get that number, Anelia. You could find out for R and substitute it in this equation, and you could get the same answer. Are you getting the correct answer? I need to sit down with my calculator and do it. I'm waiting on a correct answer for the next part. Yeah, Vinny, but you could substitute for R when you get R as 1.06, and you can get the value of A here. Or I substituted for R squared. So I can stop right there and get R squared and substitute it in there. And still in this part here, sorry, I'm blocking. In this part here, and find it. 271,701.85. That's something a little better. That's something a little feasible. Let me do it. I finally taking very long to do this question, man. Everybody good? Or all you like now? Let somebody else do it. 089 times 0.06. And here, the sum of the GP, and here is 5. Because they want the sum to the fifth term. After 5 years. It's a 5-year contract. So N is 5. I guess maybe that was the number that some of you all were waiting on. By the way. Yeah, so I'm getting Kalisa Medina, all of Kalisa Medina, that's good. So when you substitute for A, R, and N, watch how crazy that board looking. When you substitute for A, Dr. Faith, I'm not too sure about that one. Check this back again. No. Again, $271,082.16. Actually, let me do it. So A, the sum after in the fifth year, SN, is going to be 48,089. That's A. R is 1.06 to the power of 5 minus 1 divided by 0.0, just a little extra there you have there now, or 1.06 minus 1, and this is 271 something, 271,082.16. Now I find a lot of you all stuck in this pattern, so definitely go and review this. Do it again, run it through again and again. All right, so the question started with somebody getting a 5-year contract. This is how much you get in the third year. This is how much you get in the fifth year. 5-year contract, third year, fifth year. That's all that they give you. And they wanted you to find out how much they got in the first year. So they give you how much you get in the third year, fifth year. You need to tell them how much they get in the first year. And they told you it's a GP. So we set up 2 equations. One for the third term, one for the fifth term. And we solve the equation simultaneously, and we find for A, we find for R. It's kind of actually really quick, right? Which let's see Jody and Campbell question, which is why I like to work in the most accurate value as possible. So you see, if I did approximation, this is an approximation. When I substitute it here, I'll get an approximation for A, and then I'll end up with 2 approximations to put into the next thing. But I try to work with the exact value so that the answer that I got for A was pretty exact. That's a pretty exact answer for A. Now I could put in the little extra scrums too. I think it had some scrums. You could put it in there. I think it was 0.04 or something. Right? But if you got an answer wildly different from this, like 100 and thing different, I feel you're doing some approximation that you probably shouldn't do. So you use the exact values and then you plug it back into the sum of the GP. This formula, notice is A by R to the power of n minus 1 over R minus 1. Common mistake people is be putting the sum to infinity formula there, which is what it was giving me in the start. And you get through. Get through in life. All right, well, let's see. I have time to do one more question, and you all have a social media course to teach just now. Get that off the board, and I see if I can just squeeze in the next question. I hope it's not a graph thing. A circle. I'll be back. I starting to like the board now. It's a vibe, it's a vibe. But I need to put all over there because every time I'm watching to see all the comments, I come like this. So I need to put it over there and maybe the camera over there too, so they can see like I'm watching you all. It will be much more easier that way. X squared plus, but then again, maybe I need two cameras, one on the inset there and the board camera here. We can work it out. I'm a creative guy. X squared, right, is a circle here, is a circle. X squared plus y squared plus 4x minus 2y minus 20 is equal to 0. So this is one way you can write the equation for a circle. So this is the equation for some circle. And they say to express the equation in the other way. They want you to express the equation in this way. Change it to this format. And they're using F and all kind of ridiculousness. Remember the AdMath syllabus has changed. So you shouldn't be learning functions. That's the only thing that really out, the functions part. And they're going to rearrange the paper. You have no choices. Everything is compulsory. So X squared, you all are coming back. I just need to teach a class. And if I have time, I'll come back. And then I have a meeting at 7 o'clock with all the teachers in the student hub. And then it's home time. But Sunday we in the dance. After the social media course, I should probably be back. Probably. But Sunday for sure, we in a long session. I must do a long session on Sunday. So you have a few ways to do this. You could complete the square. Some people like to complete the square here. That little messy. You could complete the square if you're good in the completing the square department. Create a perfect square with the x squared and the 4x. Then create a perfect square with the y squared and the negative 2y. I will experiment. If I have time, I'll do the other method that students normally do. The other method is to expand this and equate. Expand and equate. Which method you normally do in school? Like if they gave you this and they told you to express it like this, which method would you use? What would you do? Or something for the pure maths people on Sunday too. Well, the thing is, pure maths people in the add maths, at least they get expand and equate. Add maths, okay, let's do the expand and equate. So expanding this, you'll get, if you expand this is a perfect square, you'll get x squared plus 2fx plus f squared. Verify that that makes sense to you. You'll get y squared plus, this was a y and a g, plus 2gy plus g squared is equal to r squared. I want everything in this to resemble the first equation here, so let me just organize it up. X squared plus y squared plus 2fx plus 2gy, and these are constants, so I'll just bring them together. Plus f squared plus g squared minus r squared is equal to 0. So all of this must be equal to that. This 2f must be equal to this. This 2g must be equal to this. Why is in the chat if you understand the comparisons there? Coordinate geometry for pure is a scene. So I could just hook it up to my laptop because I'm not moving my big desktop setup and things. So I can just set up a little laptop there, check in the corner over there. Maybe attach a next screen and I'll live in the corner over there in the next class. Laptop thing, camera, bang, additional camera. We organize something. Right, so let me just finish up strong now. This thing only want to go where it want to go. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to equate stuff. So I will be like, 2f is equal, what do you want me to do? Express it in the form? What do you want me to do? Express it in this form? So I need to find the value of f and g, that's all. I don't really care about anything else. Do I care about anything else? Or I need to find the value of r as well. That's not x. A circle is this. Express the equation in the form that I expanded. Yeah, I need to find the value of r. I need to find the value of r. I need to find the value of f. I need to find the value of g. So 2f is equal to 4. So f is equal to 2. And 2g is equal to negative 2. When I just comparing, that's why again, did they give us a minus? Yeah, so g is equal to negative 1. Are you agree with that? Finally, f squared plus g squared minus r squared must be equal to 20. And since f is 2 and g is negative 1, I could find what r is. Negative 20. I could find what r is. You understand what I do there? You find f and g first, then you plug it in into the final front end, this part which is equal to 20. So this is 4 plus 1 minus r squared equal to negative 20. In the end, you should get r squared is equal to 25. So r is equal to 5. R must be positive because it's a circle. So r is the radius of the circle. It's not a negative radius and no circle here. So once we find all of that, therefore, the equation would be, and we want to express it in the form x plus f to b squared plus y plus g to b squared is equal to r squared. This will be x plus, where's f again? 2. And g was what? Negative 1. And r was 5 squared. And you collect your marks and go. All you had to bust out. It's 217. State the coordinates of the center of the circle and the value of the radius of the circle. R is the radius of the circle. So the radius is 5. And the center, when it's in this format, the center is this is not plenty, Jody, saying all that. I find this real fast. You could have finished this in 1 minute. I just talking and walking about and coming back and this is not fast enough. Sit down and this is not long. Sit down and do it. You realize it kind of finishing fast. The center would be negative 2, 1. You just switch the signs on this. So this is 2017 past paper. You all could finish all the rest. I'll be back. Or determine the points of intersection of the circle and the line y is equal to 4 minus x. So you had a circle, you had the circle, and it passed through. Y is equal to 4 minus x. This passing through the circle, and they want you to find the points of intersection. Now I don't know the circle position to the line, but I can tell you 3 things either happen when a line hit a circle. Is either you have the equation in this format. By the way, before I talk, you have the equation in this format, so you could do a little substitution and they head there and solve simultaneously. Yes. So, but when a line interacts with a circle, is either the line touch the circle, glimpse it, and it's that tangent, it just hit once, or it cut through 2 points, bang, bang, or it missed the entire circle. Right? So it's either touch it once, twice, or none at all. So the equation, so ignoring all of them things, the equation was y is equal to 4 minus x, and the equation of the circle was x squared plus y squared plus 4x minus 2y minus 20 is equal to 0. So you already have the equation of the line in terms of y as the subject of the formula, so it makes sense. It makes sense to you just use a direct substitution there. Right? And it makes sense to just substitute for y. So you'll be like x squared plus 4 minus x to b squared plus 4x minus 2 by 4 minus x. Notice what's happening here, right? Minus 20 is equal to 0. So you'll have x squared. You have 16. You have minus 8x. You're going to boil down to a quadratic here. Plus another x squared plus 4x minus 8 plus x. Pay attention to these negatives and how they interact with each other, people, please. Minus 20. I hope I say that and I do nothing ridiculous. I'll double check that and see if that's going good for you all. When is that maths? When is that maths? Tuesday, no? So, and I need to study for Chem on Monday, not that maths. Chem is Monday. Chem then add maths. What a mix. What a deadly mix. That's for true. 2x, what did I do? 2x, yes, thanks. Yeah. That was there just to make sure you're watching. Make sure you didn't fall asleep on me now. I'll watching. So negative 2 by negative x is plus 2x. What we'll do is join up everything. So we have 2x squared. The x's them. So far, I watch this one and I watch this one. Put me on negative 8x. Add back 2, so on negative 2x. I feel in a negative 2x. I can double check that for me. And then the numbers part now. The numbers game 16 and 6. I am on positive 8. Then I come on to negative 12. That making sense? You see, in those three, I can just snap this and shift it so. Now I go here and go there and go like this and then go like this and then move it so and then click so and then click back so. The real clicks there, boy. Spanish is Monday. Let me see. All you know when all the examines, all you going. Monday is bio. Oh, I don't understand what's happening. It have pure maths people in here saying the exam and CSEC people, so it kind of confusing. So let me just double check this because me and trust neither. So x squared 4 boom bam 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 x's x squareds x's 6 8 negative 12 right 24. If we get into negative 24, we're most likely looking at what? That's when we do the quadratic, right? This could have divide all through by 2 as well. So I could have had like x squared minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. So in the end, I have x minus 3 and x plus 2 equal to 0. So x is 3 or x is negative 2. Ain't done yet because what the question is asking you for is to find the coordinates of the intersection. This just telling you it intersecting. So be careful with that word as a math teacher. It just says telling you it's intersecting when x is 3 and when x is -2. To find the coordinates, we'll substitute when x is equal to 3, y is equal to 4 minus 3, y is equal to 1. So one of the coordinates is 3, 1. And when x is equal to -2, y is equal to 6. So one of the coordinates is 2, -2, 6. Rate out of 10 how much you understand these circle geometry questions. One of this for sure is coming in your exam. So why is what? Yeah. But I have one. So make sure you organize this. I can see you later. We can meet tomorrow, like about 11 or so. I'll come out and I'll do some add maths, like about 11, 12. We can run until. I'll do some on the board, then I'm gonna do some on the iPad, and do some multiple choice in the evening. I must prepare the add maths, people. We can leave all here stranded. Till we meet again, people. I want 11 minutes, just rack up. So till we meet again. This is actually the first time I use this board on YouTube. So that's why it's a little cluttery and all over the place. But we can only get better. You know, all the years where everybody is testing out things and all that. Oh God.